Yo, 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 it's your boy, Marky Marks Tarot. Today I'm going to do a pick a card, one, two, or three for what your ancestors want you to know. Ancestors, obviously, you know, the people that were here before you, and they are now in spirit, and they want to deliver you a message. And I'm going to be using my regular tarot deck to do this pick a card, and I'm also going to use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck. So I'm going to be using the Ancestors deck, and I'm going to be using my regular tarot. And it's going to be a pick a card, one, two, or three. See, this is better that way. Yeah. Hey, Janice, how are you, sweetie? How you been? How's your weekend? Hey, Elizabeth, what's up, sweetie? Yeah, I'm doing good. All's good in my hood. All is good. Can't complain. You just got off modding? Cool. I used to mod for a few people. I don't do it no more though. Nice, Janice. That's good. Hope you're getting rewarded for it. Nice, Janice. Hey, Paris, how are you, sweetie? All right. You good? Okay, good. All right. I don't want to be on here too long. Hey, Sandra, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. I had a good day. I'm on lockdown here anyway, so for another 2 days. We've been on lockdown for a week here, so Tuesday we come out of lockdown. Thanks, Janice. I appreciate that. Always. So I've been chilling out with family here at the house. Play basketball with my nephews and my sister. Had a good day. I've been just chilling out, watching games on TV. Just been doing whatever, you know. Keep myself busy. Did a few readings today. Always got something to do, you know? So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck as well for the outcome card from your ancestors message. Yeah, Pops is good. Hey, Blue Nile, how are you? Yeah, my dad's good, mom's good, everybody's good. Blessed, right? I'm blessed, always. All right, this is a pick a card, 1, 2, or 3 to see what your ancestors want to tell you. Do I think the lockdown helped? Well, to be honest, locking down people don't make no sense because people are still going to do whatever they want anyway. They're just going to do it in a different way or get around to beat the system. The problem is people don't pay attention. They don't care. You know, in this world, everybody always has to suffer for everybody else. We always have to suffer for the guilty. We have to suffer for the stupid people. And we always have to, like, there's no way in hell that the world is gonna survive this if everybody doesn't come together and beat it together, you know? So in Bermuda, I'm very surprised that we're at a really bad place right now because we were doing really good. We were on the verge of pretty much being COVID-free. But our stupid government left the airport open and then bring that shit back in here. And then, you know, people just act like, you know, oh, we won't get it. We'll be fine. You know, and then it just goes to shit. Hey, Esther, how are you, sweetie? You hanging in there, Blue Nile? Good. My whole thing is this is all like a big conspiracy scam for the whole world. Some people are going to survive it with no problem, and some people are going to allow the media to destroy their life and government and people. So, you know what I'm saying? It's different everywhere in the world, obviously, but being on lockdown is not going to help anything, in my opinion. Because before this even happened, people were dying every day. You know? So what's the point? You can't deny death. The first thing that happens when you pop out that coochie when you're born is death. That's the only thing that you're guaranteed as a baby. So death is inevitable no matter what. So if you're trying to kill people or keep people alive, it ain't gonna happen anyway because we're all gonna die, whether you like it or not. So, like, I don't think any of this is preventing anything. If anything, is making everything worse because people are getting frustrated. People are getting, like, you know, fed up. People, like, are getting to a place of depression. It's gonna cause more people to live a worse life, commit suicide, and do things that we don't want them to do, you know? Hey, Ocean, how are you? So to be honest, like, this whole COVID thing to me is just, it is what it is, and I don't really care too much about it because if I fear it, I'm going to get it. If I don't go around, you know, washing my hands and thinking that I'm inevitable or I'm, you know, oblivious to everything, then I'm probably going to get it. But if I stay positive and I say, God is my vaccine, God is my insurance, God is my protector, and I believe that God will protect me from bullshit, then I'll be perfectly fine because it's all in your mind at the end of the day. But if you go out there into the world and act like, you know, oh, I'll be fine. You know, I'll be okay. And then you don't use your mask or you don't wash your hands or you hang around people or go to parties. The thing is, the main thing for me, to be honest, my suggestion to everybody is stay home, stay away from bulk people, like a lot of people, stay away from, like, you know, a place where you're going to mingle with people in a close environment. You know, if you go to the grocery store, get what you need and get up. That's it. Don't hang around. Don't talk to nobody. Don't be next to anybody, follow the rules, get in and get out. Don't go out clubbing, don't go out restaurants and sit down, because wherever you go where a lot of other people are, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And what's so bad about staying home and cooking and doing your own thing? You don't have to go out, you know? You want to go out because you want to. So if you go out, you're more liable to get it. Yeah, that's what I do. I go home, go to work, go home, go shop, come back. I don't go to no restaurants because I can cook and I eat my own damn food. I just go to the grocery store, gas station, my parents' house, and come home. That's all I do. And if I have to work, I'm going to go work and then come back. And I'm going to take precaution in every way I can, you know? But a lot of people are getting this because they want to go out. They can't stay home. I got to go clubbing. I got to go to the restaurants. I got to go here because my life is ruined if I don't. And then they just go around giving it to everybody. And then getting the vaccine to me is pointless because, you know, getting the vaccine is kind of pointless to me because if you get the vaccine, you don't get any symptoms, right? So then if you get it again, if you get COVID again, and you go out around your family or friends or wherever, you're giving it to them and not even realizing. So what is the vaccine really doing? That's why it's getting worse now than it was before. Especially in Bermuda, it's getting worse because the people who got the vaccine think, oh, I'm not going to get it now. And if I do, I won't feel no symptoms. So amen, we're great. So everybody just go shoot up needles, you know? So that don't make no sense. So by you getting a vaccine, yeah, it's going to limit you from going places and stuff like, you know, it's going to limit you from going to the hospital maybe and you being all sick, but you're still can carry it and give it to some innocent person. So really, you're not helping the situation. You just made it worse. And this whole thing made it worse because in Bermuda, it's worse because we got 40,000 people that got the vaccine and we're at a worse place than where we were last year. So how you do that? How do you work that out? That don't make no sense. And even in the United States, they says it's gone up in 11%. More people are getting it. Like, so what was the sense of getting the vaccine then? But anyway, I don't want to talk about this shit no more. To be honest, it's actually annoying. But, you know, I don't mind talking about it, but I'm here to do a pick a card and see what our ancestors have to say. My opinion, to hell with all this stuff, and I'm just going to live my life the way I want to. That's my whole perspective on COVID, vaccines, and people. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live. And feel like God protects me every day. That's all that matters to me. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? I don't care what the government says or anybody else says. I'm not going to allow nothing to hold me back from living my life. All right. 1, 2, or 3. This is a pick a card to see what your ancestors want you to know. And I'm going to use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck as your outcome card. You're sending me rain from Florida? Thanks. We're getting rain right now, to be honest, Teresa. No, Paris, that's fine, sweetheart. Don't be sorry for anything. It's cool. This subject will never go away. Even 20 years from now, people will still be talking about it. You know, it's life. But that's how I feel about it, in case you want to know. Now, I don't mind the rain. As long as it doesn't prevent me from working, then I'll like the rain. Hey, Caddy, what's up, sweetheart? Okay, for those of you who picked 1, 2, and 3, you're about to find out. Okay, for those of you who picked card number 1, your ancestors want you to know that keep the faith, be hopeful, be inspirational to others and to yourself. In order to see these bright prospects, to see things from the past go away and things in the present to come in, you can feel like it, like just like how I just said just now. If you feel like you're going to have a good omen coming your way, or if you feel like happiness is on the horizon, if you feel like you want to be in a good place, then you got to keep telling yourself this. And your ancestors are telling you, card number 1, in order to find satisfaction and pleasure and be, happy in your everyday existence of life, right? You've got to be hopeful. With the past leaving you, the present being handed to you, the future looking good, everything good and good. I think that most of you pick card number 1 are wishing for something or someone, and this can possibly happen. And your ancestors are working on fulfilling your dreams and hopes and desires. But they look at you as an unstable person. They look at you as a person who can be resisting change. So they want to help you get change into your life right away as soon as possible. But that's only going to happen if you allow it to happen. And this is the point that I make to a lot of people is, if we want our spirits, angels, and guides and ancestors to help us, then we have to help ourselves first. They only give you so much, and then, you got to do the rest. They can't sit here and do everything while you sit on your ass and do nothing. Okay? The thing is, for those of you who pick card number 1, the reality of the situation here is what they're telling you is, if you feel emotional, if you feel like you're unstable, or if you feel like you're resisting change, or you're resisting going to do something that you need to do, then they're trying to push you and nudge you. I read in so many books that have meanings of cards that spirit's trying to nudge you in the right direction. Push is a little bit too harsh, but nudging you, yes, they're nudging you in the right way. They want you to feel like, whatever you want, you can have, but you have to work on yourself. They are going to be there ready to help you in any way you want, but you've got to take that initiative. You've got to take that initiative. In order to be inspirational and feel hopeful and feel happy, you've got to work on yourself. Self-love is the best love. I tell people that all the time. You don't need anyone or anything to complete you. You have to complete yourself. Once you complete yourself, then spirit says, okay, now you understand. Your ancestors are like, okay, now they get it. Now that they've worked on themselves, eliminated the past, they're doing good in the present. Now we can show them what their future can be like if they really pay attention. And the outcome here from your ancestors and angels is the hunter. Now, this doesn't mean you're going out and, into survival mode and go hunt chickens and pigeons and turkeys and all sorts of lions. That doesn't mean that, okay? The hunter card means track down your fears and your desires. The message here is to track down all your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. Okay? Instead of being hunted down by your fears and other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. This card arises and could be an opportunity to face the aspect of your past and bring closure to the situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify yourself as a male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. So the tarot cards that I pulled here alongside this message of the hunter is basically repeating what I just said without even knowing what this card was telling me until I read it. That's why I started to smirk halfway through, because it was basically saying that in order for us to move forward, we got to get rid of the past shit and the past. You know, if you live in the same way, in the same manner, and you live in fear, then you're not going to go anywhere, right? And this is what I said in the beginning here about COVID and about how the world is right now. If we live in fear, fear is going to get us. Fear is going to attack us, okay? And if you don't fear anything, but in a non-arrogant way, obviously, then you'll be perfectly fine. There's so many people right now fearing the worst, their finances, losing their house, losing their car, losing family members, seeing people die in front of their eyes every day, no matter if COVID is here or not. You know, people live and die. People are dealing with things every day. So we have to make sure that we don't fear anything anymore. You know those no fear stickers? Go get one. And put it somewhere where you can see it every day. And tell yourself, I'm not going to fear what life has to bring me. I'm going to deal with what life has to bring me. All right, card number 1. Don't fear. Make it happen. All right, now those of you who pick card number 2, Spirit is trying to give you a financial stability in your life. They're trying to give you material things, spiritual well-being. For those of you who pick card number 2, you might be wanting to buy something, a new car, a new house. You need money though. You need a combination of your ancestors and angels to come together and give you what you want. Okay? And you can get these things. It looks very favorable to you. You can get this prosperity. You can get the things you want in a good way. But you have to felicitate yourself, motivate yourself, get yourself into a place where, yes, I have a good job. I have money. I have enough money to succeed and to get what I want. I want to buy this. I want to get that. But you also have to tell yourself, I know what I want and what I need, and I have to separate what I need and what I want. Materialistic things, remember, when you buy those materialistic things that you have, when you die, they stay here. So make sure you spend your money on things that are wise and things that will benefit you even when you die and come back to this earth as a spirit. And I explained this the other day. When we die and become a spirit form, we can come back to the earth, in my opinion. And this is my opinion. Anybody can say whatever they want, I don't care. But you come back to this earth, you have a choice to come back here. And when you do come back here, you can go right back into your own house. The house that you paid for, the house that you lived in, the house you grew up in, the house that you sold, the house that you bought a next house. You can go to all those places in spirit if you welcome yourself there and you want to be there, and then you can come back to there, or you can go somewhere totally different. You're a spirit. You can go where you want. That's my opinion, and that's what I think that happens. And card number 2, this is telling you that if you spend your money in this upcoming year or whenever you hear this reading and you pick this card, this is telling you to spend your money wisely. Invest your money in things that you need, not what you want. You can go get this shirt and this hat, but it's going to be here when you die. You can't put it back on because you're no longer physical form. You can look at it, but that's it. So the material things in your life, make sure you analyze things before you buy them. Yes, it's okay to buy these things. Spirit's not telling, your ancestors aren't telling you you shouldn't have bling bling or you shouldn't have what you want. But for those of you who are on a budget and for those of you who are spending unnecessary money, Spirit and your ancestors are telling you, look, you need to chill out on that stuff. You can have both, but get the things you really need now. And after the things you get and you need, then you can go get the things that you want. Now, this is also saying here also that, a person from your past might return. And they might return to you and actually make your finances better. This person might return to you and be something you've already expected this person to come back. Now, this is a person that's coming back in your life for a good reason, not a bad reason. Okay? So for those of you who pick card number 2, a person is coming back into your life, a friend or a person you reunite with, and together you buy something or you do things together as a couple. So for those of you that have a significant other or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or somebody you want to partner up with, when this person if this person is in your life, then I see you guys building a future and paying for things together and having a balance together. Okay? And if this is someone coming back, then this person wants to build a future with you. This person has a lot of expectations and it looks very favorable. It looks good. Okay? Yo, what's up, Barb? And your outcome message here from your angels and ancestors is the Knight. Be brave and honest. Be brave and honest. And the message here is do the right thing even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The energy of respect is more important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you are being guided to follow through with integrity. Because even if it seems like this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you're longing for justice, please note that the universal energies are working to bring everything back in order, that you don't need to force anything through your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with more improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. And that is a sentence that I will repeat again. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. And I tell people that in a different way. If people don't like what you think and what you say and what your opinion is, to hell with them. You have spirit protecting you. So why do you need to protect yourself? Why do you need to explain what your beliefs are and what your opinions are? If you don't like my opinion and you don't like what we're doing, or you or me or whoever picked card number 2, or anybody in this damn room, it's your life, it's your opinion, okay? And that's why I'm going to read this sentence again to imprint this in your brain. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. And I just said at the beginning of this lie that God is my insurance. God is my protector. God is my vaccine. God makes me not fear any of this bullshit that's out in the world that don't make no sense. And if everybody has that mentality, then we'll get past through the bullshit. Okay? This card is from your ancestors, and angels are telling you, be brave and honest. It's simple. Capiche? All right, card number 3, you're next. All right, card number 3, your ancestors and angels are telling you that you might feel like whatever you say and do, people don't really agree with you. You might have suspicion about people around you. You might be neglecting responsibilities that you used to have because you are tired of those situations. Some of you might fear a person around you or a person that has their eye on you that you don't want. Okay? Your ancestors are telling you here, don't live in a false prosperity type of sense. Okay? You're going to benefit from things. You're going to have temporary gains from the situations you're in. If you're looking for more money, I feel you'll get it. If you want success, it'll pass through you. Improvement, development, all these things are going to come your way if you don't fear. And all these messages are pretty much almost the same. Hey, Triple Crown, what's up? There might be a person who you consider always suspicious of. This person might even be like a person that is, I wouldn't say, it's just a person that you just don't trust. And when you see them, you kind of have a little fear about them. This could be somebody you work with. This could be somebody you used to date. This could be your mom, your dad, whoever. It can be anybody. And to be honest, I think it's a woman. For those of you that fear a woman around you, this woman could be jealous of you. This woman could be a person you don't trust and don't want around you. And this person is someone who neglects the fact to understand where you are and what your position is. So for some of you, this is for some of you who have a daughter. And your daughter is a pain in the ass. And you look at them like, I want to trust my daughter, but she lied to me. So now I'm suspicious if she's going to lie to me again. Because now she's asking me for this. Now she's asking me for that. Now that's for some of you. Now, if you don't have a daughter and you have a sister, it could be that. Your sister could be coming up to you. Hey, I need this. I need that. And you're like, well, I don't know. Maybe I might give you something, I might not. Okay? And this could be your mom. This could be any woman around you, a boss, a colleague, a work, someone you work with. They might be feeling down and out, and you might be the person that temporarily gives them strength. Okay? You might have to be the person who comes to their aid if you choose to come to their aid. And your ancestors are telling you this because they want you to look at things in another way, and not a bad way, but a positive way. And the reason why they're telling you this is because the person that you suspect or the person that you don't trust, sometimes it is a disease. Sometimes people don't realize that alcoholism, drugs, it's a disease. Jealousy is a disease. These are all mental diseases and mental things and diseases that people have, and we just overlook what people have because of the way they are. Okay? And this is asking you to have a temporary moment to listen to them for once and say, okay, what is it that you want? And consider that this person has issues. Okay? Now, one thing that I always say is forgive yourself for dealing with them. And if you have the mentality to forgive and forget, then that's on you. The thing here is the outcome card is what I want to read because this will sum up exactly what your ancestors want to tell you. And the card I have here is Earth Mother. Feel loved and comforted. And this is a beautiful card. It's a beautiful woman who's pregnant and she has the world on her belly. The message here is allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with a shield of love and light. Hey, Shakima. The message here also from your ancestors, you may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently. But you're now moving back to your natural center, and it will bring you a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know that Earth Mother is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are the child of light, and it's important to know that and feel loved. If you have had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of mother healing are here to help you clear away these ancestral blockages and prevent you from making this sacred love connection. You are being guided to make choices that are based on love. And that is the message that is here. Even though you know somebody you can't trust and you can't really, and you're always suspicious of them, this is telling you have that earthly mother love. Have a love a mother has for their child. Have love for your mother. Have love for a person that you know that is a mother. You know, I tell people a lot that I will never know what it's like to be a mother because I'm not a woman. But some men are mothers and fathers to their kids because they, obviously their wives or their baby moms could die and they are left with the kids. So everybody becomes a mother in their own way, in certain ways. And you can be this mother to everyone around you. And your ancestors and the mothers of your mother and the grandmothers, they're all mothers. Mothers are a 24/7, 7 days a week job. Obviously, you have pathetic moms and you have great moms. There's good and bad moms all over the world, but a mom is a mom. Okay? And this is telling you to feel more comforted, feel more loved. If you want to feel loved, your ancestors are trying to get that love from your kids. If you have beef with your kids and you're looking at yourself like, I wish my kids will forgive me for doing what I did. Or you forgiving your kids as a mother. All right? Listen, my mom has never been an encouraging woman until I taught her how to be encouraging. See, because my mom never really had an encouraging mom either. But see, people always blame, oh, but when I grew up, I didn't have that. But you can change your outlook. You can change the way you look and how you feel. When I started to show my parents what love is to kids through my nephews, when I tell my nephews I love them, when I show my nephews love and I show them what their fathers and mothers don't do, because I don't have to be a parent to know what it's like to deal with kids. You just have to have a natural ability to love someone and love kids. So when I tell my nephews I love them and I'll show them how to do this and how to make that and how to, play this game, my parents are watching the background and now they start to tell my nephews, their grandchildren, that they love them. But they never really said that shit to me because they didn't grow up with that. So that's their excuse. That's everybody's excuse, is because my mom didn't do it, I'm not going to do it. But that's bullshit. That's bullshit prophecy that people in this world have. You see this card? This is a woman who's about to give birth to Earth, to someone to bring them to Earth. I tried to move the leaves away so I can see, but it's on there. I can't see her. But anyway, on the real, right? No joke. I know mothers are a 24/7 job. I know moms can be a pain in the ass. And I know moms can love with all their heart. And if you're not a mom, don't worry. You can be a mom to a pet. You can be a mom to anybody who needs it. Your nieces, nephews, like I said, your pets. Your ancestors want you to know that you can be a mom in a lot of ways. All right? And deal with your mom, other mothers. They might be going through things and need you. Yeah? That's what I got. Capiche? All right, I'm going to do a collective from this exact same deck. I haven't done a collective in a while. Just remember your mom carried you for 9 months, even though she might be a bitch, or even though she might not be around, or even though she might does not tell you she loves you. But just remember she carried you around. You know, she threw up. She had to eat. She had to get fat. She had to be in the hospital. She had to push your ass out. All right, I'm not justifying anybody's motherly ways, but just think about it. Okay? All right, this is a collective message for everybody from our ancestors and angels. And I'm using this deck. Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. Yeah, exactly. We have to break that cycle, you know? And I'm glad I did break that cycle, because I never was told by my parents, oh, I love you, Mark. You're doing a great job, you know? But I know my parents love me, obviously. But saying, you know, actions speak louder than words, like they say. But, you know, words can also motivate you, you know, and make you feel like you really are loved or so forth. But that's why I stick to what I want to do. Yeah. Are our ancestors only blood relatives? Who are they? Well, in my opinion, our ancestors are blood relatives, yeah. But it to me, it's on both sides, your dad's side and your mom's side, because your mom and dad made you. So we have ancestors on each side, which consists of, you know, our grandmother, grandfathers, their grandmother, the whole generation. The family tree is our ancestors to me. Like ancestors, people say, oh, yeah, you had a caveman that was your ancestor from before Christ. And like, I don't believe all that shit. You know what I mean? I think it's only blood relatives, yes. Like, you know, our immediate family, but, you know, their families. You know, all our families. Like some people, some crazy psychics will say, oh, you know, and your ancestor is a Viking that, you know, was on this ship, you know, and they want to make things seem like, you know, your family ran way back to like that time. So our ancestors are like, to me, you know, well, yeah, your ancestors are a spirit that's assigned to you. Yeah, of course. Anybody can be assigned to you. You know what I mean? So if your mom or your dad dies, they can be like, I want to take care of Triple Crown. I want to take care of, you know, my son, my daughter. You know, you can be assigned to whoever you want to be, really. You know, we all have multiple ancestors. Some of us have armies of ancestors because they choose who they want to go and deal with. You know, that's what I believe. People will tell you different, but that's what I believe. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. All right, the collective message from our ancestors. Let's see what we have here. What's the message? I'll put it to you this way. I'll use Caddy. Caddy, if you're here, I'll use you as a brief example. 2 nights ago, I did a open mediumship in my Instagram, and I picked up Caddy's relative, and this relative is over 100 years ago, and she just happened to have a picture of this person in her house. And I described this person thinking that, who the hell is this? You know? And I described, and she says, Mark, this is the person that I have on my living room wall. And only her mom knew who he was through her ancestors and through her family. You know, 100 years ago, this guy was around living in a house. You got me? So your ancestors go way back, but it's still a part of her family. You got me? And I would have never known that because this person was just a picture that she has on her wall. And Caddy's mom was there, and Caddy's mom said that he was living in a house in 1860 something, whatever it was. So that was over 150 years ago, 160 years ago. You got me? So that is her ancestor. And he's there in the same house he was living in 160 years ago. Capiche? So that was a human being that was living on the earth 160 years ago, right? And Caddy's got a picture of him, and I described him to a T. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is a lot of people say, oh, your ancestors are from 1,000 years ago. Yeah, but how are we going to know who they are? We have to have some recollection of somebody. You got me? So 160 years ago is a long time. So if Caddy didn't say that her mom knew about him or whatever, then I wouldn't even have believed in myself. But some psychics go around saying that your ancestors are some caveman or some other shit that doesn't make any damn sense. So to me, that's my opinion. It's somebody that you know, someone that your ancestor, your grandmother or grandfather know of. You know, we all get stories of, you know, people that were before us, our grandparents. They tell you stories about their family and what they did. You know, especially if it gets in a repeated cycle where, you know, say if your great grandfather was a soccer player and you become a soccer player, and then your mom says, you know what, my great grandma, before she died, her husband was a soccer player with your great grandfather. Oh, really? So like things like that will kind of like give me more reason to believe that it's an ancestral type of thing, you know, if that makes sense. All right. Our ancestors in the collective want us to know direction, guardian. Choose your path. So all of our ancestors in the collective here, they all have come together. And if you look at this card, there's this bird, this eagle, a lion, like this, I don't know what the heck that is, like a ox or something, and then a person on the top. Direction, guardian, north, south, east, or west. Choose your path. So our ancestors want us to choose our path. Connect your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations of you. Nor should you have any for yourself. So no expectations for yourself either. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, and all will hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored. So if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. You got me? And earlier I just said that this is this, you have to make the decisions. And if you expect something, expect it to happen. Be confident in your decisions. Don't allow yourself and don't hold yourself back, because your ancestors are really telling you you have to go in a direction that lights you up. Do what's best for you. Okay? I would have never thought that I would be in front of a camera talking to everybody on here. Not in a million years. Because I was always scared to show my psychic abilities. I was scared to be wrong. I was scared to be, think that this was real, or I can really have the power to do this. That's the thing. But what I did is I believed in myself. I believed I had a spirit army telling me, yes, Mark, this is exactly what it is. Don't doubt what we're telling you. Shut up and tell them. Okay? Listen to us and let them hear what you have to say. Who believes you, believes you. Who doesn't, who doesn't. You can't fear what you really want to do. Do what lights you up. Who gives a fuck and who cares what anybody thinks? You got to do what's best for you. This sentence just said it. Do what lights you up. If you want to be something and you fear it, then you're not going to be that, whatever you're fearing. You've got to be who you want to be. Okay? So your ancestors and your guides want you to be who you are, and what you're meant to be doing. And they're going to take you in that direction. Whether you want to go that way, this way, that way, anywhere, they'll take you there. You just got to keep believing that that is true. It's that simple. Life should not be hard. Life should be really simple. But if you make it hard, then it's going to be. You got to live your life not caring what other people think of you. Because when you do this type of work, you can't believe that you're going to be right all the time. But the people you are right for are the people who accepted the fact that they can trust the message that comes out of your mouth, and they can trust the messages that they're getting from you. And not everybody is going to know that you are who you are unless they don't fear what they get and what they are doing. You got me? I keep encouraging everybody to do whatever you want. We're on earth for a certain amount of time, and we got to accomplish what we need to accomplish. So when you wake up one day and say, you know what, I accomplished all my goals, I did what I had to do, and the rest of the things that I have to do, I can come back in the spirit and do the rest. That's how you got to look at life. Don't fear death. Ask God to keep you on the earth if you want to stay here. And tell him, when I'm ready, I'll be ready. I'll just come back in spirit. It's all good. I tell God, spare my life so I can be on here making some sense to people, because people need to hear me. People need to hear somebody motivating them, giving them confidence, telling them don't give a shit what anybody else thinks and just do what you got to do. You can't live life in fear. You got to keep going ahead. You got to keep doing what you got to do for yourself, most of all. When you get to a point where you think you're almost perfect or you're near it, then that gives you the right to help somebody else. But you got to take care of yourself first. There's too many people in this world that take care of everybody else but themselves. But you got to take care of you first. And your ancestors, Your guides, the people that have died that you love, they're all there at your dispense. You just gotta ask them, yo. And that's simple, you know. You just gotta do it. Make yourself believe that is possible. Yeah, Caddy, that was cool. I'm glad that that happened. But um, I tell people all the time, you know, we'd be surprised how many people are who are really taking care of us in the spirit world that we don't know. There's tons of people out there taking care of us, and we don't even know it because they decided to be assigned to you. They decided. Okay. So just know you can always ask for help, and you'll get it. You just got to believe that that help is genuine. You have to believe that the help you're getting is really, really genuine help. And what better help to get from spirit is from someone that died that you already know. Everybody in this room knows somebody who died that they loved and care about. Even if it's a pet, it doesn't matter. You can call upon them to ask them to help you. It's that simple. God can do everything. So he sends those people to us to help us. He has an army full of spirits, and he's the general. He says, okay, you want to go help Mark deliver messages to all these people? Sure. Here you go. Mark will tell you the truth. He's not going to tell you about some caveman or some Viking or some Egyptian woman in a pyramid. Okay? All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go on Instagram shortly. So I will be on there tonight. It was good seeing everybody on here. Thanks for your continuous support. I hope you all have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your month. And remember not to fear. Just make it happen. All right. Love you guys. Mwah. Take care.